Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of modding Fallout New Vegas. In this episode I am adding over 200 mods. I won't have the time to reveal everything. I'm gonna go through and reveal only the important ones. If you are new to the series, here is some quick info about those videos. First of all, I am trying to mod Fallout New Vegas to make it look as good as it can while maintaining its vanilla aesthetic. You can find all of the mods I have used down the link description and my lot order for mod organizer. Feel free to drop a like or comment down anything below to boost this video, which also helps me find my audience. And lastly, if you stay until the end, I'm gonna give you a nice surprise. I've wasted a lot of your time, let's get through it. First of all, I am planning into refreshing Fallout New Vegas by adding animations to a bunch of clutter. Now the clocks will be animated, or the plants, or the trees, or different clothes, anything you can imagine, the signs, wires, trucks. There is hundreds of objects that now will be animated. Go down to the video description, check down those mods I have and feel free to install. Everything I am showing here is perfectly safe to use for your game. When it comes to locations, I've added a bunch of stuff to make Fallout New Vegas feel much better, so I'm gonna again talk about the key mods when it comes to that. That being said, we have the New Vegas Interiors project that works with New Vegas Interiors Remastered that also works with the great project Mojave Interior Overhaul. Just like asserting Exodia on Yu-Gi-Oh, we're asserting those three interior mods together. That means every interior in Fallout New Vegas combined with all of the mods we had on previous episodes now are going to make the interiors feel much more atmospheric, much more better, and it's gonna give you a really fresh feel when it comes to playing Fallout New Vegas again. Buildings that had no windows before that made no sense on the interiors now have them. This mod is so insane, and combined with Lime's overhauls such as like the old Mormon fort or the Legion fort, we're getting some really nice stuff. I'm also using the DM's overhauls for specific locations, as you can see here. The trading post, the van grabs running, the great can culture, all of those overhauls are grabbing locations you find in the vanilla game and they turn them to look way much better while fitting and keeping the aesthetic of the game. The best thing about the DM's overhauls is that it removes loading screen, and again all of the mods we're using here are perfect for performance, and combine that with more Mojave, which is going to add over 20 locations for us to explore. Now the wasteland will feel much more better. In those locations they feel like Obsidian themselves have done the work. Now when it comes to graphics, I've added a bunch of graphic mods. I don't have the time to go through all of them. Imagine small things like HD class impact decals. We have the Dogs and Coyote overhaul, the decent Mac pools, and the high res water bodies. Just small things to make the game feel much more fresh. Now let's go to some core or gameplay mods, if I may. First of all, we're using the Mojave Train & Co. Travel Alternative. On the previous episode, we've used Advanced Porter, which was a mod that will help you fast travel using mole rats. Now with this mod, in addition, we can use trains on specific train stations that have never used before, so this changes the world just a little bit. We can also use trucks and ships to travel around, and this also gives you an option to essentially fast travel so much more better. We have the NVWO Weaponsmith and NVWO Akimbo framework. Those two mods will help us bring modding when it comes to weapons to the next gen. With those two mods, now we have a framework where you can pick up specific weapons and guns and mod them and add any mod you want. This has been a project when it comes to the Fallout New Vegas community that is going to essentially give us modding support for every single weapon. A fantastic mod to have, and hold your punch because we're using this one later on some cool weapon mods I am going to introduce. Next we have the Energy Visual Plus, and I remember back in my day, back when I was young and beautiful, everybody was using a mod called Eevee. The problem with Eevee was that it was extremely laggy, it was costing performance and costing many crashes. This one, however, the Energy Visual Plus, runs much more better, adds so much visuals to energy weapons, it's impossible to play Fallout New Vegas Vegas without this one. Then we have the idle variety, which is going to add idle variety to all of the different NPCs, which adds so much more life into the game. We also have the Legion quests expanded, which now grabs some quests you will find in the Wasteland when it comes to Legion encounters like the Vanguard chain and a bunch of other ones. I don't want to spoil them too much. And it's going in an immersive way to enhance those quests when it comes to Legion. Retrieve throwable weapons if you meet specific criteria like strength checks and a bunch of other things, making throwable weapons not entirely useless. And lastly, we have the Bullet Penetrate, which is a revolutionary mode because now you can use the environment to your advantage, sometimes by shooting, let's say, debris or cars or doors with specific weapons. You can actually hit people on the inside and your bullets will penetrate. This mode completely changes how you play Fallout New Vegas, and it's a mode that, trust me, it's going to make the experience so much more better. When it comes to the UI, we have the colorful map marker icons, the helmet overlay, which is going to add overlay to all the different helmets, and then when it comes to animations, we have, in addition to what we used before, the Fallout New Vegas clean animations, the explosive pack and the throwing pack, and also use the jump or just sprint animation replaces. I have a bunch of other misc modes that I don't have time to go through. For instance, the Nipton Fires Extinguish, which is going to make the Nipton's fires be extinguished after few days pass. So imagine a lot of those type of modes that, again, I don't want to make this video 1 hour long for your own sanity and mine. And lastly, let's go to armor and weapons, which is my personal small favorite category when it comes to mods in Fallout New Vegas. We're using Tamer's Sniff-based armor mega pack and Tamer's Sniff-based weapons mega pack. Those two mods are going to add new stores in the free site and new items integrated into the horde. We're going to have a bunch of badass looking armors and weapons, very similar to the aesthetic of the vanilla game. We also have the NCP Riot Gear, which is one of the most sexiest armors we have in the game. I don't mean skippy, this is essentially the right gear, but actually if it was tactical, it only works for females. It looks very immersive. I'm also using the 6 body mesh replaces for some armors to make some clothes and armors fit better on female characters. If you had no idea about this, many armors are using a unisex model when it comes to both males and females. For instance, if you check how the Scribe robes or Father Elijah robes look now with this, it's a nice welcome change to have. And when it comes to weapons, we have a bunch of new weapons like the True Blade of the East, Double Barrel Shotgun, the Rifle Dynamics RD704, the AKM Assault Rifle and Spas Auto Custom. All of those work, by the way, with a weaponsmith. That means you can have those weapons fully integrated, mod them as much as you want, and those guns, by the way, they are extremely badass when it comes to what they do. That being said, that was the most important mods. It's been over 200 mods installed over this episode. This video took me a very long time, so I would appreciate it if you guys throw a like, comment down anything you want just to boost this video. I will always come back and try and improve my mod list. I think we are 90% done when it comes to that. I think I have one more episode to make just to finish this up, and without being out of the way, if you have any questions, any problems, feel free again to ask me down in the comments. I always answer. That being said, I was Kavou. Thank you for watching this and have a beautiful time in the Wasteland. Take care guys, and until next time, happy modding.